The 4th Ranger Training Battalion takes safety very seriously. Each year they test and evaluate Ranger medics and emergency response systems in a massive casualty exercise to ensure that when it comes to medical care, Ranger medics lead the way. How would the 4th Ranger Training Battalion respond to a large-scale training accident here on post? Well, that's exactly what they're about to find out.
The MasCal exercise is designed to evaluate our casualty response system when a number of casualties overwhelm the assets that we have on the ground.
And what we're going to try and simulate this time is what would happen if an aircraft would go down at the LZ. And after that aircraft crashes, how do we respond to it within our battalion?
The goal of the exercise is to evaluate just how prepared these Ranger medics are for a large-scale emergency medical situation and provide valuable training at the same time.
And how do we react internally ourselves, and what assets do we use at our battalion level along with our battalion medics and our battalion PA to be able to evacuate Ranger students and to make sure that we're doing training safely and to standard.
We treat the casualties. Once the helicopter goes down, we move in, assess the casualties, treat them, evacuate them, notify LifeNet of forebending, and then have them participate in the exercise to fly the casualties to a higher echelon of care.
The key is to induce as much stress as possible on the Ranger medics and their resources beyond their normal capacity.
Once your systems are overwhelmed, it puts the stress on the personnel to be able to treat the multiple casualties, because you have to manage multiple assets at one given time, so it really puts it on the senior medic to be able to manage his assets correctly and get them back into play as soon as possible. That way they can provide more treatment and a faster treatment.
What we have right now in the medics on hand, we can handle just about anything that's going to happen in Ranger School internally. But if we hit that point where something serious happens and all of a sudden we don't have enough medics or enough medic capability to take care of the casualties then how do we use outside agencies to be able to help us ensure that we're treating Ranger students and taking proper care of the soldiers?
This training also provides Ranger medics with realistic scenarios to prepare them for the challenges of combat medicine.
It's used as a training tool to be able to get them used to it, so when they go back overseas, back over into combat, and they're done with real MasCal scenarios, if we train for it here, they're going to do better while they're in the war zone.
The exercise also provides an opportunity to incorporate lessons learned from theater into the training and make sure they stay current for today's fight.
Pretty much whatever the newest information with newest types of injuries that they're seeing, we try to incorporate all that, so when our medics leave here, everything that we train is geared towards going back to the fight. So if they're learning something new over there, we're pushing it out to these guys as fast as we can so that they're up to speed when they get back and get ready to go back.
The Ranger medics tell me that this is an invaluable learning tool and will help them become even better at what they do best.
It is very valuable both for me and my NCOs because it shows us where we're weak, where we need to pick things up, and we learn from it and we can apply that to the future.
The most important mission here is to train Ranger students and to not only train to standard but train safely. So by doing this exercise, it keeps everybody's head in the game. They understand what needs to happen at the staff level and all the way down to the individual aid level of the medics and of the combat lifesavers.
It's training like this that keeps safety and medical care at the highest levels, and at the end of the day, for a Ranger medic, it's all about saving lives.
The bottom line is we're testing our system, we're testing our response time so we can provide the fastest care, the quickest response time. Is there anything that we can do better? Because when we AAR this at the end, it's how we can improve our system to make sure that we're saving lives and not doing something that may potentially cause a loss of life.
Each year, all 3 Ranger training battalions conduct a massive casualty exercise to ensure that they're always ready to provide the very best medical care for their students.